anything in my heart. And I told my boyfriend, I feel like I'm going about this in the wrong way. So he asked me, do you believe there's one God? I said yes. Then he asked me, do you believe that God sent all the prophets and the prophets were sent to spread the message? And I said yes. Then he asked me, do you believe that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the last prophet? And I said yes. And he told me, Lily, you're a Muslim. That's what makes you a Muslim. And all this time, I thought you needed to know the entire Quran and be super educated before you could call yourself a Muslim. And I finally let my heart open up and realized that I am actually a Muslim. That night, I took my Shahada, which was a very emotional moment, and I cannot explain to you what I felt like during that moment. It's something that I've never felt in my entire life. It was like this energy rushing into me and going straight to my heart. I cannot explain to you what this feeling was like. It was so special. And since then, I've been trying to educate myself as much as possible, which is going to take a lot of time because there's a lot to learn. And at first, I felt really sad that I wasn't born into a Muslim family because that would make it a lot easier for me. But actually, I realized that these were the cards I was dealt by Allah, and this is my test in this current world, and that I am so blessed to have been born into an atheist family, because this means that I had to seek out Islam for myself, which only strengthens my faith and is such an incredible, special feeling that I don't think people that are born into a Muslim family can understand. So alhamdulillah, I'm so blessed that I could seek out Islam for myself, because this has been such a beautiful journey. Even though I do feel lonely every now and then, and it's kind of hard with my family, this is also an opportunity for them to learn more about Islam, which is also a beautiful thing. So if you're thinking about reverting to Islam, or you did revert to Islam, just know that there are going to be some struggles and some tests for you, but inshallah, may Allah make it easier for you, and it's going to be all worth it. And one time when I was a young teenager, we went on a trip with school. We were all on this big bus heading to another country, and in the middle of the night we took a break at a gas station. It was raining, the weather was so cold, and there was this one big truck. The man who drove the truck was a Muslim man. I saw him take out this little prayer mat, put it on the wet ground, and started praying in the rain in the middle of the night. That was the first real interaction I had with Islam, and that sparked something in me. I was like, wow, that you can start praying in the middle of the night, in the middle of the rain, on a wet ground. That was something very beautiful to me. And from that moment on, I always seek to learn more about Islam, but I never had the right people in my life to learn more about it, and I was too scared to grab a Quran, because for some reason I thought as an atheist you were not supposed to read that, but that's not the case. Anyone can read the Quran. So then about 2 years ago, I met my boyfriend, who is a Muslim, but at the time he took some distance from his religion because he struggled a bit. And I was an atheist at that point. I had been an atheist my entire life. But I started asking him a lot of questions about Islam, and I clearly wanted to learn more about it, which also inspired him to come back to his religion more. Eventually, I started reading the Quran, and he became a lot closer to his religion again. But he never pushed me. I made that decision all by myself. And before someone is going to judge me and say, haram, haram, you're not supposed to have a relationship, you're supposed to marry, I know. While I was reading the Quran, I was also watching a lot of Islamic lectures of trustworthy people. I was listening to Islamic podcasts that could teach me more about Islam.